Charlotte Road Course is where we're going to start our 16th round of the season. Thursday, Night Thunder from the Charlotte Road Course. 54 laps to whet the appetites of racing fans all over the world. Grodom starting on the pole with Marsh Mauder, who is outside in car 96. Getting ready to roll. Green flag is out. Let's turn these cars loose. can see Suicideways goes around out of that bus stop. There he is, Crotum leading this first lap here at Charlotte, and everyone makes it through mostly unharmed. 20:96:41, your top three at the Charlotte Motor Speedway Road Course. The defending champion, Lurkin Tom Gaming, sitting in fourth right now. 3 Toyotas in the top 4. Croton getting a good launch to the outside. Ohio's Deplorable Me in the 5th position. Nassau's Bossy Geo all the way from the clear waters of the Bahamas, sitting 6th. Kansas City's Seth Dub9 in the number 7 position in that Mountain Dew Chevrolet. Tristran, who got the first course-cutting penalty of the evening, now behind Connecticut's COT Tommy. Tommy also behind the 22 of Nifty Agenda, running 10th and 9th respectively. There's Nifty Agenda sitting in that 9th position, getting right into the bus stop. He's some distance behind the 2 of COT Tommy, but there he is now, Tommy, making up the distance, passing on the apron, passing under that blue line is legal. Tommy makes the pass for 10th. George's Arcs RTP 12 getting out of the bus stop. Arch Enemy losing control, and already that ChevyGoods.com Trucks Hero Chevrolet in big trouble. There's the 3 of Suicideways with a rather pedestrian pace out of that bus stop. Commando Griff says one of the trickiest road courses on heat, in my opinion, to navigate. And he says I'm sounding good as always. Thank you so much, Griff. I appreciate that. There's the 20 of Crotum into the DeWalt Camry, now exiting that infield. He's got the 41 of Moldy Muskrat behind him. Some great distance behind. The 20 of Crotum just peeling away with ease. And we've lost connection. That's rather embarrassing. Let's get this sorted here. Sorry about that. We're going to get this taken care of. The 41 of Moldy Muskrat scraping that wall, trying to get to the infield there. You see he's made up the time. And the 19 of Lurkin Tom Gaming sitting 3rd right now. Still 4 Toyotas in the top 5 position. Deplorable Me now sitting in that 4th spot in the Mobil 1 Mustang. Lurkin Tom's gone around. Out of the final chicane, the defending champion, Lurkin Tom, goes around, and with fewer than 50 laps remaining, he's losing precious time to Crotum in car number 20. Now he's going to have to make all of this up to get back in contention. The 19 now behind the Bahamian Bossy Geo. Boss trailing Deplorable Me in the 4 car. There's Moldy Muskrat in the 2nd position, who's well behind Crotum already. Marsh Mauto, who started 2nd, he's trailing as well. He's in front of the 4 of Deplorable Me. Scraping that wall out of the infield, desperately trying to hunt down the 41 of Moldy Muskrat, the Mexican pilot driving that 96 car with some distance to make up. The Bahamian Bossy Geo chasing down the American pilot Lurkin Tom Gaming while he's got the defending champion right up. His rear trumpet boss scraping the wall into the bus stop. Drivers must be careful not to cut the course or they will get an automatic course-cutting stop-go penalty right there on the racetrack. Moldy struggling to hold his car in one piece, slams the wall out of that final chicane and keeps it moving. Not sure what happened to the 41 car. We'll see if there's any future errors to come in this next lap. So far, so good through the infield section. Moldy Muskrat trying to hold his race car together. There you see the 17-turn course that will challenge all of these drivers. 17 to 19 laps will be the fuel range that they have. Some will try for more, some will try for less. We'll see who's got what it takes to handle every last one of these curves. Crotum slow out of the bus stop. There is his rival Moldy up on 2 wheels out of the bus stop. 3rd place Marsh now giving it a go. Bringing up those points, you can see Marshmallow leading by 245 digits. He's got this regular season title all wrapped up. But now the chase for fourth is what heats up. Twisted Navy, COT Tommy trying to be a part of that illustrious top four. Tommy just 75 points behind the top four with 3 races remaining. Problem for Crotum in the 20 car. The 41 gets around. New leader, Moldy Muskrat. Not sure exactly what happened with the 20, but now the Haas 41 Ford leading this race. Sideways in the distance. There goes the Dow Chevrolet. The 41 leading the 20. The number 96 of Marshmallow, who's sitting in the 3rd spot by his lonesome. Now trying to claw up that precious time and get closer to the leaders, but it's been a struggle for the Mexican regular season champion. He's trying to get back up into contention. There he can see the 20 car of Crotum up ahead in the distance. Crotum now following the 41 into the bus stop. Drivers may even be using a little bit of that wall as Crotum gets well in. Sideways, making way for the leaders. The 20 car lucky not to get a course-cutting penalty as he gets well inside those rumble strips. The 96 of Marshmallow now clean out of the bus stop. Here comes Lurkin Tom Gaming, the defending champion, chasing down last year's runner-up, Deplorable Me. You can already see for these drivers that keeping the race car clean, being mistake-free, is going to be the challenge, but a necessity to be in contention to win this race when it's all said and done. Car now losing a little bit of time to that 4. There is Deplorable Me sitting in 4th right now. Sideways up ahead, 1 lap down, and now the top 3 starting to get closer together, and it looks like the yellow flag is out on the racetrack after a couple of cars have been involved. So that's going to be the first caution of the evening, and it's going to give us a chance to get these race cars bunched back together. Fans at home, we're going to take a quick 60-second break, keep the pre-rolls off, and we'll be back for 21 minutes of ad-free racing. Drivers coming down for those tires and fuel. What important stops. These are going to be first yellow flag of the evening. Everyone's going to get bunched back up, and they're going to have a chance to repair the damage on these hot rods. The 4 of Deplorable trying to come down. Will he beat everybody else out of pit road? There's the 4 of Deplorable. Not taking many tires or fuel. We'll see where that puts the Ohio native on this long run, but he's going to be your new leader out of pit road, and I'm guessing he must have taken just right sides coming into pit road. 4th, Lurkin Tom Gaming coming out behind Twisted Navy in the 18 car. There's Moldy Muskrat, who came out in second. Marshmallow coming out third. And it looks like that's actually COT Tommy, who's ahead of everybody leading this race. The Connecticut native is leading this race. He will bring the field back to green to restart on lap 9 of 54. So some drivers will have fresh tires, other drivers will have older tires, and only one of these strategies is going to prevail. Now we have to see who's going to stick to that plan. It's going to be a Ford lockout of row number 1 coming to this green flag. Bring up the track facts brought to us here by Freedom Venture Properties. Folks, let me tell you about Freedom Venture. They are a locally owned business based in Chattanooga, and they are passionate about all things real estate. They're committed to leading their clients into freedom from their real estate burdens. Their process includes an offer that is fair, their process is quick and easy, and they're here for you. Reach out to them today at their email info@freedomventureproperties.com, on their website, or on their Facebook at Freedom Venture Properties. Getting ready to restart, waiting for everyone to bunch up. 2, 4, 41, your top 3 coming to the line. COT Tommy, 75 points outside of the top 4. Deplorable Me, 140 markers outside of the top 4. But will these two hold on in the top 3? Waiting for the 2 to make that jump. Green flag is out. We're racing again at the Charlotte Road Course. 17 of Bossy Geo turned around. The 12 now getting behind that 22. The 11 trying to sneak to the inside of Nifty. Contact between Ryan and Nifty headed into turn number 3. The 42 of Tristran getting away from all of them. The 11 of Turn pushed out onto the apron. Tristran actually kicking up dirt. There's Suicideways late to the party, trying to squeeze it 3 wide. No patience whatsoever from the 20 of Crotum, trying to force the issue, and he's getting squeezed into the wall by the 41 of Moldy Muskrat. The 19 of Lurkin Tom now to the inside of the 20 of Crotum, who's got wonderful proficiency on these road courses, but certainly impatient. Now the 96 of Marshmallow behind the 4 of Deplorable. He won't try the move inside the bus stop. The 20 of Crotum just trying to stick it to the 41. 3 wide out of the bus stop now. The 41 and the 96 side by side. You're watching the race for the lead. 4 sends it in deep onto Crotum, a bit too hot. Heavy contact between the 96 and the 41. The 41 tries to get down the 96 of Marshmallow, who gets shoved into a penalty position, now being left by his lonesome. The 2 of COT Tommy also suffering from all that calamity. The 4 of Deplorable back into the lead, and the 41 of Moldy Muskrat could be under scrutiny for running into the 96, putting him off the racing surface. A shocking restart. Hopefully everybody's got control of their hot rods once again. Patience just running out the window for everybody. A disastrous show after that green flag. Drivers now have a few moments of peace and space to themselves. The 18 of Twisted Navy, 75 points comfortably in this top 4. The top 4 drivers making it to the 8-car ARCS playoffs following week 18 of Thursday Night Thunder. This is round 16. So just 3 more races, and we will have our 8 drivers to compete for the Unified ARCS Championship. Nifty agenda. The lone Canadian now ahead of Marshmallow in car 96. Nifty getting down into that final chicane. Look just how rough, how difficult it is to control these hot rods. He's behind the 48 of Tristran. Nifty finds himself in 12th with 44 laps remaining. Here's COT Tommy now to the inside of the Charlotte native Ryan Pinnell, arch enemy to the outside of Tommy. There is the Charlotte native Queen City's his hometown, and he's not feeling very welcome in his own hometown, with the 88 of Arch Enemy really sticking it to him through the corners. 12 now loose out of the corners, side by side with Arch. The 88 goes way too wide. The 12 able to regain the position. Will he hold it out of the infield? Turn V in the 11. He's ahead of that 12 car. Arch Enemy trying to follow in the wake of that of the 12 of Ryan Pinnell. The 20 of Crotum. Now your new leader ahead of the 4 of Deplorable Me. It looks like the 41 may have been assessed a penalty as he's dropped all the way back to third from that lead position. Fourth, excuse me, the defending Thursday Night Thunder champion, Lurkin. Well, not anymore, is it? Now the defending champion, the current and defending champion is Marshmallow, but last year's Thursday Night Thunder champion, Lurkin Tom Gaming, now in the third position. Trouble at the back between the 11 and the 48. Term and Tristan have gone around. The 88 of Arch Enemy also suffering some damage. The New Jersey pilot, Tristan, with heavy damage to the front of that Ally Chevrolet. 12 laps into this race, and I don't think there's a single car in this field that hasn't picked up a knock or a scrape on the sheet metal. (24-19), your top three. Crotum leading with a sensational advantage over the 4 of Deplorable. Into the bus stop now. The 19 chasing down that 4, really applying the pressure, but Deplorable will get a great launch out of the bus stop. The 20 of Crotum. Well ahead now. It's a 2.5 second gap back to Deplorable Me. Lucky number 13 laps underway at the Charlotte Road Course. The Bahamian Bossy Gio trying to regain his composure after falling into a spot of trouble there. He's chasing down Term V with 42 laps now remaining. Seth Dub 9, well loose out of the first couple of infield corners. You can just hear how the car has to slow down so he can regain control. A very difficult challenge for the KC Masterpiece. Here's Tristan rolling in the 13th position. Not very lucky for him so far as he's got heavy competition up his tailpipes. The 12 of Ryan Pinnell to the inside trying to get to that 11 car. No good. Twisted Navy in the Interstate Batteries Camry. Chasing down at the 9 of Seth Dubb. Twisted Navy again sitting fourth, currently in ARC's playoff contention. His main rival, 5th place in the point standings, COT Tommy, some 75 digits out of the playoffs right now. These drivers need to stay focused. They need to be on their game if they intend on gaining anything. The 17 of Bossy Gio getting well to the inside, but no course-cutting penalty for the Bahamian. Ryan Pinnell chasing down Tristan. You're looking at 9th. The 9th place car, the 11 of Term V. Here the 14th place car and the 15th place car respectively. Tristan in the 48. Ryan Pinnell in the 12. This is a battle for the 14th spot. Ryan looking to the inside of Tristan now. Arch Enemy in the 88 car with heavy damage to the front of his hot rod. Crotum getting a very tight line there. The 20 car struggling to hold on to that hot rod 15 laps into this race. There's the 96 of Marshmallow battling with last year's Thursday Night Thunder champion Lurkin Tom Gaming. He sealed up the regular season championship, so now he is racing for pride. Not much pride for the 20-year-old Mexican pilot out of Monterrey. He's battling with the Southern Massachusetts former Thursday Night Thunder champion. Now he's catching up to the 41 of Moldy Muskrat. This will be for the third position up ahead. Deplorable Me in car number 4. There is Deplorable in that 4 car, currently running second, the 41 of Moldy right behind him. There's Crotum just so far off into that distance, and here's where complacency can be trouble for the driver of the DeWalt Camry. He needs to stay focused. He takes a super hard line through the inside there, and no penalty to the 20 car. It looks like we've actually slowed it down for a yellow flag here. And it is a yellow flag. The third caution of the evening coming out. The 20 of Crotum will slow down, and these cars will get gathered once again. Yellow flag will be out. Drivers will have a chance to come down pit road, get everything sorted, get fresh tires, fresh fuel. Let's see if we can have a word with the driver of the number 20. See how Crotum's race is going for him so far. Crotum, Rick James in the booth. You got me, bud? Crotum, Rick James up top. You got a copy? Crotum, Rick James in the booth. You got me, buddy? I don't know if you can hear me, Crotum, but potentially can't hear you. Possibly some problems there. So we'll let Crotum do his thing. We'll see about the 41 of Moldy Muskrat riding in second place. Moldy, Rick James in the booth. You got me? Moldy Muskrat, Rick James. You got a copy? Moldy, Rick James. You got a copy, bud? Just heard you, Mold, but I guess not, and must be some more communication issues. We had Discord communication issues last night, and it looks like we've got some Discord communication issues tonight, so no worries. See if we can get a word with the driver of the 12. Ryan Pennell's always good for an interview here. Just enjoying this race at the back. Ryan Pennell, Rick James, you got us, bud? Hey, finally we got a hold of somebody here. Ryan, it's been a caution-filled race so far. It seems like these restarts are so calamitous. That last restart, that 20 of Crotum being wildly aggressive and guys going 3 wide. What's that all about?
Yeah, everybody's being really aggressive. Since we have the 2-car caution rule, you know, it's kind of unique for road courses. Normally it's, you know, a track blockage or engine damage. So with these caution rules, everybody's being very overly aggressive all the way from first back to 15th. So it's definitely a different strategy, different outlook on the race, but it's made it pretty exciting for the drivers out here on the track.
Back at your home track, growing up downtown in Charlotte as a child, you could hear these race cars tearing around the streets, and you stood on the roof of your house in 1992 to see the lights glowing from this racetrack for the very first All-Star race at night. It must be a special homecoming for you. What's your favorite part of this road course?
Oh, none of it. The parts that are a part of the real track are my favorite. I am, you know me, you know I am not a road course racer, so I'm just here just trying to get points. But yeah, it's a fun track. I would say probably the bus stop on the back straightaway, probably my favorite part about it. But overall, I'm just not a road course fan.
We're going to let you get acclimated to the rest of the track, my friend. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
I think we could have a word with the 12 of Ryan Pennell driving that body armor Ford. He's behind the 18 of Twisted Navy. Guys getting lined up, getting ready to go 2x2, 9 rows deep to restart this race. There's the 3 of Suicideways, who's now getting his car repaired after multiple issues. Keep an eye on this 20 car. It's Crotum in the DeWalt Camry, one of those drivers who was wildly aggressive. Off that restart now, the number 96 of Marsh Maudo. Looks like he exits pit road second behind the 4 of Deplorable Me. We'll see how this restart goes. The 41 of Moldy getting a little impatient, giving a bit of a bump to the 96. There's Seth Dubb in the 9 car trying to accelerate. These guys struggling to get in line before this green flag at a rather pedestrian pace. Waiting for all the cars to get lined up, waiting to go green one more time. Lap 18 of 54 about to go green. Waiting for that flag now. Drivers at a painstakingly slow pace, getting into the final chicane. 96 and 4, side by side, coming to the line, waiting for the flag. Green is out, and we're racing again at Charlotte. Keep your eye on these cars here. The 20 of Crotum already trying to go 3 wide into turn 1, slamming into the 17 of Bossy Gio. Boss gives him a little shove back. Boss scraping along that inside wall. Crotum now getting into the back of the 11. Giving a little bit, trying to dive to the inside of the 11 car, now through the infield. 4, 96, 41, your top 3. The 20 of Crotum now forcing the issue to the inside of Boss, giving him no room, squeezing Boss to the outside on the restart lap. Crotum following that blue line there. Everybody single file out of the first couple of corners, but a great exit now to the inside of COT Tommy. That 20 of Crotum chasing down the 18 of Twisted Navy. Watch everybody in this bus stop. Who will collect a penalty? Who won't? Excellent, excellent bus stop by Crotum. Now to the outside of Twisted Navy, chasing down Nifty Agenda in 6th. Crotum going well inside on the bus stop there. Nifty Agenda picking up a penalty. Crotum making that jump on that inside and chasing down Lurkin Tom Gaming for 4th. Bit of a less aggressive restart that time around. 19 laps underway at Charlotte. The 11 and the 18 side by side for position now. There's the 96 of Marsh Maudo, the Mexican pilot, behind that 4 car, trying to squeeze the pressure on Ohio's Deplorable Me, who hits the brakes just as he's leaving the infield. Now Marsh Maudo has a way to get the draft and line himself up, headed into the bus stop. Moldy Muskrat behind the 96. '96 down to the inside as the 4 slows it up big time. Nowhere to go for the 96. The 4 yields, and Marsh Maudo flies around Deplorable Me. New leader in the Comscope Camry, Marsh Maudo. 96, 41, 4. Now your top 3. Deplorable sending it down into that final chicane. 41 tags the inside wall. 4 will have the momentum into 1 to the inside now. And Deplorable picks up 2nd place from Moldy Muskrat, who's now struggling to hold on in turn 1. Moldy keeps the position from Deplorable. 96, 41, 4, still your top 3. Lurkin Tom Gaming now getting into the infield. He's been overtaken by the 20 of Moldy Muskrat. Moldy using that grass out of the first 2 infield corners. making up an insane amount of time through this infield now. Seth Dub 9 giving up the position to Moldy Muskrat in car number 20. Just insane speed that Moldy carries. The 19 of Lurkin Tom slamming that outside wall now. There's the 20 getting well inside of that curbing there, but still legal. Crotum just ahead of car number 9, chasing down that 4. Watch the line that the 20 takes through the chicane. Getting all 4 tires to the inside of that rumble strip, but no penalty whatsoever. Now to the inside of the 4 car. Just insane speed he carries out of there. Deplorable trying to put the bumper to Crotum. Nothing doing. Crotum running a little wide. Now in the 3rd position, chasing down Moldy Muskrat in car 41. The 96 car ahead of that 41, leading this race. Is he conserving his resources? He's breaking out a lead, but he's got to watch out for car number 20. Last year's Thursday Night Thunder champion running in position number 6. No one behind him in this top 6 fight so far. Lurkin Tom just preparing for the playoffs. At this point, he'll be one of the 4 from Thursday Night Thunder that make it through. Watch the line into the bus stop. The 4 comes in way too hot. He's almost cutting the corner there. He doesn't get a penalty, but now the 9 of Seth Dub getting to his inside. Side by side through NASCAR 3. Seth clears him. Bahamian Bossy Gio to the inside of the Canadian Nifty Agenda behind the native North Carolinian that's Ryan Pinnell in the 12. Nifty, the Bahamian getting into the 12 car there, getting a big shunt into that chicane. Nifty giving him quite a run for his money, and the Canadian launching the Bahamian through that final chicane, plowing into the 12 of Ryan Pinnell. We'll go back to the leader and see if that constitutes a yellow. Next time around, there's the 20 car who's right behind that 41 Toyota Ford. Toyota, your top 3. Keep your eye on the 96 of Marshmallow. He's got a 2-second lead headed into this bus stop. Excellently clean lines through there. The 20 of Crotum taking a big risk, cutting those curbs to the inside of the bus stop. Watch the line here for the 20. All 4 tires to the inside of the rumble strips one more time. We stay green, it looks like. We stay green. 23 laps into this 54-lap race. There's the 96 of Marshmallow just plowing on by. A 3-second lead over Crotum. Coming to this line, it's going to be 31 laps to go in this race. Drivers have about 19 laps of fuel on a full tank. Moldy Muskrat now losing ground to that 20 car. The 20 scraping the wall through the infield, almost tagging that wall out of the infield, but the 41 getting a better exit. They're going to drag race headed into the bus stop. Trying to get to the inside of the 20. He's going to cut it way too deep. The 41 car has to brake hard to avoid that penalty. Now the 20 of Crotum getting a fantastic exit out of the bus stop. The 19 of Seth Dub sitting 4th, Deplorable 5th, and now Southern Massachusetts Lurkin Tom Gaming running 6th in the Bass Pro Camry. Bossy Gio in that 17 car, chasing down arch enemy in the 88. COT Tommy's next in that 2. He's learned a lot on his road course etiquette. The 9 of Seth Dub running 4th right now. No hope of catching that top three. There's the 41 of Moldy. Unless there's damage on that 41, these top three are just going to peel away from the rest of the competition. Tristram, the New Jersey pilot, now to the inside of the Ontario driver, Nifty Agenda. That for 7th place. Twisted Navy behind the 12 of Ryan Pinnell, and then the 11 of Term V chasing down this Interstate Batteries Camry. The lone Canadian, OVO, Ontario's very own, running in the 8th position so far. Been a good season of highs and lows for Nifty Agenda. He runs right now, as far as the TNT points are concerned, he sits 7th right now, a considerable 210 points away out of the top 4. Most likely he will not be a top 4 contender, but it's been a successful season for Nifty nonetheless. Last week at Bristol, Nifty Agenda scoring a 3rd place finish. Last week before that, he scored a there he is. Yeah, he did score a 3rd place finish. Last week before that, scoring a 4th place finish, and the week before that, a 9th place. So Nifty running 8th right now, going for his 4th consecutive top 5. COT Tommy trying to score a top 10 after finishing 11th last week at Bristol. He did score a silver medal 2 weeks prior at Indianapolis. Ryan Pinnell has not scored 2 straight top 10s since week number 5 of Thursday Night Thunder, and that's exactly what he accomplished last week, scoring a 5th place at Bristol and a 7th place at Indy the week prior. It's Ryan's first top 5 finish since week 6, New Hampshire. Arch enemy not starting the race last week at Bristol. He did score 2 consecutive top 10s before that, but so far it looks like this road course is swallowing him alive. Sue is sideways with his 3rd consecutive top 10, 2nd straight top 9 finish at Bristol last week. He's now being chased down by Tristram in the 48, but this won't be for position. Sue is sideways, currently running 15th on the track. Tristram running 7th, now with 29 laps remaining. The 20 of Crotum sitting in 2nd, chasing the 96 of March Mauro, trying to hunt down the pilot for Monterrey, Mexico. 96, 20, 41, your top 3. Moldy Muskrat still in the 3rd spot. Seth Dub 9 rolling 4th. These drivers on the longest green flag run of the night before that most recent caution. The 20 of Crotum leading the most laps so far. Road course races have been his forte this season. The first road course race of the season, Watkins Glen, and Crotum scoring the win. Gets the first win of the season at Watkins Glen. Here, Road America was the 2nd road course race where he scored a silver medal in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. So he has not finished outside of the top 2 in both road course races this season. Will that history continues? He sits 2nd right now behind the 96 of March Mauro. March Mauro not starting the race last week at Bristol, but after a momentary slide, he picks up where he left off. Mauro finishing 3rd at Indianapolis 2 weeks ago, 4th at Darlington 3 weeks ago, and getting the win a month ago at Phoenix. Back to the front is car 96 as the 20 gets on 2 huge wheels, loses momentum out of 3, but if you look behind the 96, you would say that the 20 of Crotum is ever so slightly starting to reel him in. 96 not cutting through those rumble strips where you see the 20 is cutting through those rumble strips, and quite heartily, but no penalty for Crotum. The game not calling a penalty for those drivers running through that rumble strip, and you can just see the momentum that the 20 car gains. Keep your eye on the line that the 96 and the 20 will run. Watch just the differences in how wide and how tight each of these drivers will cut the corner into the rumble strip. '96 with a very tight line, tidy line there. The 20 will bring it all the way out to the wall. Going to get as close to the inside as he dare. Fantastic exit out of the infield. The 96 of March now has to watch his rear view mirror because this Stanley Camry is a-coming. DeWalt Camry, excuse me, I said Stanley, different company. There's a 20 putting those tires on the rumble strip. Once again, getting a rather slow exit, but watch into the final chicane. The speed he'll carry through. Keep your eye on the 96 here. Watch the line the 96 takes to this final chicane corner, just on the outside of the rumble strips. Now watch the 20 of Crotum, right through those rumble strips, right through that grass, out onto that wall, and that is the secret. That's the difference. The 20 of Crotum using that speed to catch Marshmallow. .25 laps remaining, this time by the 96 of Marshmallow, leading into the bus stop with a furious charging 20 car right behind him. The 11 headed into that bus stop. Will Term give way to the leader? Will the Term car give a good tow for Marshmallow into this final chicane? 96 looking to the inside. Does the 11 yield? And he does. Term V getting out of the way of car 96. Marshmallow looking for a good entrance into the final chicane now. Taking a wide line through that final corner. Here's the 20 of Crotum taking a wide line through the grass on that final chicane to the inside of Term. Sending it in a bit too deep. 2 lines to the inside of the rumble strip. Term playing it very tight, very close to the wall. 25 laps now remain. '96-20, your top 2. There's the leader. There is third place, Moldy Muskrat. That video board right there at once holding the world record for the largest screen in the world at 16,000 feet, still in the top 20 for largest screens on Earth. Quite a technological feat and a real treat for these drivers to see themselves as they go by. Moldy Muskrat in car 41, bit of a lag spike there. Hopefully he can hold that together. It's been a huge slide for Moldy. The last 3 weeks he's finished 14th, 12th, and 16th, which is a far cry from the 4 races he ran before that. All top 6 finishes. He even got a podium a month ago at Phoenix, but it's been a struggle for the 41 in the past few weeks. Moldy Muskrat dropping to 9th in the points, well out of the hunt for top 4, but still racing for pride. Moldy Muskrat running the Crotum line, cutting through that rumble strip out of turn number 4. Now 24 laps left. Lurgan Tom Gaming also running a bit of the Crotum line there, but slow, letting that weight transfer and bring his car to a halt before he gets back on the gas. The Bahamian Bossy Geo a bit wide, taking it rather slow through the bus stop. I wonder if there's issues for that Fastenal Ford. Seth Dubbs sitting 4th right now. He can see the 41 of Moldy Muskrat just ahead. Puts 2 tires out to the grass, but he holds on to her. It's been that kind of night for him. But the KC Masterpiece getting a bit more used to these road courses. He's chasing down that 41, but the 41 starting to slip away. And a DNF from the 48 of Tristram, New Jersey's Tristram, out of this race, and it's going to be another DNF this season, and the slide continues after his best finish of 8th at Richmond. he just kept sliding worse. Has not seen a top 10 since Road America. It's been 12th, 13th, and 11th the past few weeks, and now it's going to be 18th with this DNF at Charlotte. Twisted Navy in the 18 car, watching the competition sail past on that left-hand side, getting closer there. Twisted with some space to himself. He's got the 96 of Marshmallow starting to reel him up. Twisted hoping to stay on this lead lap, but frankly not up to him. Here's the Canadian Nifty Agenda chasing down COT Tommy, who cuts it well close in. Nifty now with a good exit out of the bus stop. Swirly into that final chicane, losing so much momentum, but keeps that car off the wall. Good save for Nifty. Ryan Pennell in that number 12 Ford, now stuck, getting a minor penalty there through the bus stop. He's going to come out right ahead of Sua Sideways and the 41 of Moldy Muskrat. Ryan back under his own power. Term V also falling the lap down. He's got heavy damage to the front of that FedEx Camry. An arch enemy struggling to hold on to his race car. Again, this has been the longest green flag run of the night. Another save by the 88. You can bet these tires are just shredded and begging for mercy now. Marshmallow in the 96 now with quite the lead over the 20 of Crotum. Marsh already halfway through the infield section. He's on the downhill ascent out of the infield. There's the 20 car now leaving the top of the infield section. A possible penalty for Crotum. A good enough gap to keep second place, but now the gap to first is fantastic. May even be insurmountable before green flag pit stops start. '96 now to the inside, and here do come those green flag pit stops. The leader is in. Crotum out of the bus stop. Does he follow Marsh in on these extremely worn tires? And he does. The 20 car's also in. He's got to get it down to 55 miles an hour. Now that the field is spread out, cautions may be few and far between, and it seems like everybody, all the lead lap cars at least, taking advantage of pit road. Marsh coming down past the now defunct 48. He's going to come down for 4 tires and fuel. Marshmallow in car 96, he's got his service completed. He now comes out with fresh tires and fuel. The conservation strategy, certainly the one they need to play. Right around 19 laps remaining, which should be the max on their fuel. Here's the 20 of Crotum, still down pit road. He's now down and away. Crotum, no penalties for the DeWalt Camry. Now he's got to exit and chase down the 96, all while saving just enough fuel to get to the end. Twenty circuits remain at the Charlotte Motor Speedway road course. There's the gap between first and second, or how it will be when they come back out. Just an amazing delta played by the 96 of Marshmallow. Crotum on cold tires, getting too aggressive with that inside line, looking to jump the curbs coming out of the final corner, slams the inside wall, and just as he leaves pit road, it's more damage for the DeWalt Camry. And now, as Sue is sideways getting a bit close and comfortable there, the 96 car leaving the infield. There's Crotum now getting to the top of the infield, and he should see the 96 pass him on the banking. There's Marshmallow there. He can see the 20 car. There's Crotum now getting on the downhill section of the infield, and it becomes Marshmallow's race to lose. But with 20 laps now remaining, the fuel window will open this next time by. Here's what we're talking about. The drivers have between 17 and 19 laps of range on this fuel, so conservation will be necessary by some of these drivers if they intend on going the distance. Of course, a yellow flag cures all of these woes, but nothing is certain in racing, and we may actually have that yellow flag. There it is. Caution is out as the 96 is rather pedestrian into turn number 1 with 19 laps to go. The fuel window may have just been thrown out the window, and it just got a lot closer in this competition in the middle of green flag pit stops, no less. Fans at home, pre-rolls are off, so we're going to take another 60-second break to stay ad-free for the next 21 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have the green flag and the resumption of round 16 in just a minute. Drivers coming down pit road trying to get their tires and fuel for this next restart. The 96 of Marshmallow coming down, just pitted before this yellow flag, but you can see everybody concerned about getting their services, concerned about having the freshest tires, and it looks like Deplorable Me taking no tires at all will get out ahead of everybody, so he'll have tires that are 1 lap more worn than the rest of the competition, and now the race becomes about tires with enough fuel to go the distance. Let's see if we can have a word with the Ohio native in that 4-car, see how he's enjoying his race so far. DP, Rick James in the booth. You got a copy? Pride of Dayton, Ohio, my friend. That Mobile Mustang is in the lead one more time thanks to pit strategy. No tires this time around, but the drivers behind you all with fresh rubber. The aggression has been out of control on these restarts. What's it going to take to keep that Mobile Mustang ahead?
It kind of surprised me that the leaders in front of me took two. I'll try to get a good start here and get out from these guys. The 20 and the 96 are going to fight hard, so that could be good news for me. We'll just have to see how it works out. I'm not the fastest car here, but I do think I got a top 4 car, so I want to try to finish in the top 3 or 4 here tonight.
Where's going to be the easiest passing zone on this racetrack?
I mean, if you're going to be an overbreaker, the best spot to get somebody is going to be in the bus stop. But otherwise, there's a lot of places where you can get really good passes, but it's going to be into the exits of these corners. The straightaways, it's probably, once you get into the straights, there's not really much room for passing because the guys kind of get spread out.
We're going to let you get ready for this green flag, DP. Best of luck.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
The pride of Dayton, Deplorable Me, in the Mobile Mustang, sitting in the number 1 position. He's got the furious, aggressive Crotum right behind him in the 20. Here's the Bahamian Bossy Gio also starting on the inside line. The Bahamian and the Canadian nose to tail. Nifty Agenda in the 22 lining up behind the 17 car. And it's the Mexican pilot March Mauto to the outside of the American Deplorable Me in that 4. March Mauto, your regular season champion, racing for pride. He wants another win in his belt. March with his worst finish of the year a month ago at Atlanta, an 8th place finish. Can you imagine that? Trying to get back on top with 7 wins this year. He hasn't seen victory in 3 weeks, and he's going to go for that again. Keep your eye on the 20 of Crotum. Watch where he sticks his nose on this restart, waiting for the flag. There it is. Let's go racing again. There's the 4 who sends it into the wall and just hands the position to the 20 of Crotum. The 9 of Seth Dubb gets into the grass. He's going to lose 3 or 4 positions before he rejoins the racing surface. 96, 20, 41, now your top 3. Cutting it well close in that bus stop. He loves to take that close, dangerous line. He gains time on that 96. Watch the line that the 20 car will take out of the final corner. Look for him to jump and cut that curve for an advantage. There he goes to the inside, slams the wall, and it cost him. This time it finally cost him, and he's been running that line all race long, just out of pit road, and now he's got heavy damage to the front of that DeWalt Camry. And the yellow flag comes out once again on the racetrack. Back-to-back yellows. And we're under the caution period yet again here with fewer than 18 laps to go. Try and get a word with our race leader and regular season champion, March Mauto. March, Rick James in the booth. You got a copy? March, you're leading this race, and that last run before this most recent caution, you were able to just pull away from the 20, who's cutting that line, and this time, making a perfectly legal move, as it were. But when I say cutting, he is getting to the inside of that wall, and most recently, it spat him out, and he made heavy contact with that safer barrier. Where is your strategy where your line is much more removed off of that rumble strip than the 20 and the 9 and everyone else?
Oh yeah, better safe than sorry. Obviously, I think I could go faster, but there's a limit, and I don't want to cross that accidentally. So just fast, but safe. something that can get me to the end without getting damage or any time penalties on track. So yeah, what he did right there was kind of, I don't know, out of frustration, or if you do those kind of pushes through the corners and rumble strips, you're bound to make a mistake. So I'm really not trying to do that.
As far as the tires go, Deplorable says they may not be as important as others think. It looks like this time around you're staying out on these fresh tires while everybody else, or most everybody else, is coming in.
Hold on, Rick. I'm sorry. My AirPods died. Shoot. Go ahead. Can you say that again, please?
Yeah, of course, March. Now, I believe we have about 17 laps to go, or even fewer. With so little laps remaining here, how important are the tires going to be?
Not really. Not as much as track position. So I just pit prior to the caution, so I really don't think I need to do that again. And I'm good on fuel now, especially if I keep saving during these pace laps. So, yeah, not as much. Just track position, like I said, that's key, and that's what we have right now.
Who's your toughest challenger out there for the race win?
Well, Crotum, and definitely also I'd say Moldy and DP. Those are the ones I got to keep my eye out on.
We're gonna let you get back to work, March. Thanks again. Good luck.
Thank you.
March Mauto getting back to work here. We're gonna let these drivers get lined up 2 by 2. We have approximately 16 laps to go in this race. We'll be back for the restart in just a few moments. Everyone good to go the distance on fuel. It'll be 14 laps remaining when we take the green flag. The 20 of Crotum now starting on the inside of row number 3 to the inside of the Fastenal Ford Pilot. Boss EGO, he's got Twisted Navy behind him. Last year's Thursday Night Thunder champion Lurkin Tom Gaming in the 19. 3 Fords in those top 5 positions. The 96 leading this slow parade to the line, getting ready to turn them loose with 14 laps to go. Waiting for the flag now. Following the 20, waiting for the jump from the 96. Green flag, and we're racing again. '20 gets into the 41, and now the 20's gone around. The 19's around as well. Now it'll be a race back to the line once again. 13 to go when they get to this line. More than a couple of cars have gone around. Surely that has to bring out the 5th caution of the evening. 96 418, your top 3. How do you fancy your tires now if you're one of those cars that was just in that wreck? Will that flag come out? Will we stay green? We'll see after we get out of this chicane. Deplorable Me chasing down the 96 of Marshmallow. Twisted Navy sitting 3rd in the 18 car. Bossy Geo 4th. Looks like COT Tommy may have gotten up to the 5th position. And that does indeed bring out another yellow flag. One right after the other. These cautions certainly do breed cautions. Fans at home, we will stay ad-free for the next 8 minutes, 23 seconds. So no worries about commercials. But now it's tough for these drivers to get a rhythm going. Let's see if we can have a word with that pilot of the 18 car, Twisted Navy, who's now made it into the 3rd position. Twisted Navy, Rick James in the booth. You got a copy? Twisted Navy, Rick James in the booth. You got me, bud? Twisted, it's been quite the calamitous event. Drivers struggling to stay on the green flag runs here. What's giving way to all these yellows?
I just think it's approaching the end of the race here, and you know, drivers are getting a little impatient. But yeah, I'm running 3rd. I'm gonna try to stay up here in the top 5.
It's been a good race so far for you and many of these drivers, but you can see the aggression really coming through and getting in a lot of folks' way. Who's your toughest rival on the racetrack?
Oh man, today I'd have to say that my teammate Term and kind of got in my way a little bit. But other than that, DP's pretty fast up here. It's the guys in front of me that I'm worried about.
DP choosing not to take tires. We heard from the driver of the 4 and the 96. Tires not as important as you might think. Are these Goodyears going to go the distance for you?
I'm taking right sides here, just to see if I can get a small advantage. We'll see how it goes.
We're going to have about 12 laps to go when we take this green flag. Is this number 18, Interstate Batteries Camry, going to end up on the podium tonight?
Oh, I'm sure going to try. That would be amazing. Marcia's super fast and DP's super fast, so we'll see how it goes.
We're going to let you get back to work, my friend. Thank you so much. Best of luck.
Yeah, thanks, Rick.
Going to let these drivers get back to work. The 18 of Twisted Navy coming down for tires and fuel. So at the front of this race, it's going to be the 9 and the 4. Seth Dubb and Deplorable Me side by side. Moldy Muskrat, Term V, Marsh Mato in the 96. Rounding out those top 5 positions, there you see Twisted Navy, who will restart in 6th. Coming to this line, getting ready to start the race. One more time, the 4 of Deplorable to the inside, waiting for that green flag to get the signal. There's the flag, and we're racing once again. The 11 of Term getting squirrely, can't hold a line. 3 wide through that first and second corner. Look at the 17 being aggressive. The 18 of Twisted now to the inside of the 20 of Crotum. Crotum getting in the grass now at the top of the infield section. Back down to the inside, trying to go on the outside, making it 3 wide on Bossy Gio. Can't make it stick that time around. He's going to force the issue up the inside. really stick the nose into the 17. 19 gets into the 20. The 18 of Twisted Navy getting an excellent exit out of the infield. The 11 of Term yielding to the inside. Crotum with an even better exit out of the infield. Now chasing down the 41 of Moldy Muskrat. The 96 of Marsh Maudo using all that speed to the outside of Nifty. Who's that who's just sent it in? That was Moldy in the 41. He and the 20 have gone around. 2 cars involved again through the bus stop. Aggression not working for these drivers at all. And once again, the 20 and the 41 getting tangled due to aggression. 96 looking to the inside of the 4 car out of that chicane. And the caution comes out once again now. The third consecutive time that we've had a yellow flag come out after a green flag. And the drivers will get one more chance to get lined up, get their affairs in order, and go racing once again. Nine at the line, so we're going to restart the race with 8 laps remaining. The 41 of Moldy Muskrat getting some heavy damage now at the back of this pack. The 4, the 96, and the 9 sitting first, second, and third. Mustang, Camry, Camaro in the podium positions. Twisted Navy 4th, Lurkin Tom 5th, Bossy Geo 6th, Arch Enemy 7, COT Tommy running in the 8th position. Moldy Muskrat sitting 9th. I'm sorry, Crotum sitting in the 9th position. Term V running 10th. There are the points one more time. That fight for 4th place getting a little bit wider now. Twisted Navy in the 18 car. There's Moldy in the 41. No sound coming out of the 41. And is that a DNF for Moldy Muskrat coming into this race? 9th, our 2nd DNF of the night, possibly our 3rd. It looks like the 12 of Ryan Pinnell, lifeless in pit road as well. Let's catch up with Ryan. There is the 12 car, lifeless. No motion there. And now Ryan Pinnell, another DNF for him and TNT. The home track driver won't get the checkered flag at the end. Marsh Maudo in the 96 car, getting lined up, getting ready for the restart. It will be 8 laps to go when they take the green flag at the line. '96 and the 4 to the inside. Getting lined up, getting ready for this restart. Hopefully we can go the distance here under green flag conditions. We've had 3 consecutive cautions right off of these green flag restarts. These drivers desperate to finish this race under green flag conditions as well. Remember, no yellows inside the final 4 laps of competition, and we're coming to 8 to go at the line. 4 of Deplorable Me, looking to redeem his season. It's been lackluster for him, struggling to get top 10s in a row. Has not had consecutive top 10s this season since Charlotte, the Oval, and Talladega the week before that, where he finished 6th and 4th respectively. Picked up a 7th place finish at Bristol last week, but he's got the Thursday Night Thunder regular season champion to his outside in Marsh Maudo. Will the 96 hold on? Will the 20 use the chrome horn to gain advantage? 8 to go at the line. Green flag is out. Three wide again through that first corner. Grodom struggling to keep his car in one piece as he scrapes off the inside wall. Sending it in deep, has to check up off the 88 of Arch Enemy. Now Marsh Maudo looking to the inside of Deplorable. Can't make it stick. Grodom, one of the fastest cars tonight. Now he gets into the 17 after the 17 got tagged by the 11. 7 to go at the line, and what could potentially be the last caution of the race. Now Marsh Maudo knows it'll be a race back to the line, chasing down the 4 car, slamming against the wall, as does the 9 of Seth Dubb, trying to stay in the wake of the mobile Mustang, trying to get a good advantage into the bus stop. Grodom in the 20 car, running 6th right now. Does he send it in deep on Lurkin? Struggling to keep that car in a straight line. Must be some damage on that DeWalt Camry. Marsh Maudo just barely keeping the 18 car at bay. Will we have a yellow at the line? 96 trying to send it in deep on the 4. There's Marsh. He just can't get to Deplorable. We stay green. No yellow flag. We stay green. The 18 of Twisted tries to send it in deep onto the 96. Here comes the 20. Now chasing down the 9 of Seth Dubb. 7 laps now remain. Marsh Maudo struggling to hang on to second place. Deplorable pulling away, while the 18 of Twisted Navy just can't hold off the 96. The 96 clears Twisted for second. Will he get the good exit? Twisted into the 96. Now here comes the 19 of Lurkin Tom. Almost 3 wide out of the infield. The current champion holding off last year's champion. Side by side, drag racing through the NASCAR turns. The 20 of Grodom watching it all unfold ahead of him. On the brakes, slams into the wall. There's a little argy-bargy between the 19 and the 96. Contact is made. The 96 survives. He now pulls out, but he is several seconds behind the 4 of Deplorable. Well, will the 20 respond? Sitting in 5th. Jumps the curb again, now scrapes the inside wall, struggling to keep that race car in one piece, losing time to Seth Dubb. 6 laps now to go. The 96 of Marsh, faster than the 4 all day long, but it's one thing to catch him, another thing to pass him. 4, 96, 19, your top 3. The 4 car now slamming that inside wall through the infield. Marsh taking it wide, slowing down heavily. A couple of mistakes by 1st and 2nd respectively. Here comes 3rd place, Lurkin Tom. Five to go, next time by. The 20 of Grodom in the DeWalt Camry ahead of the 18 of Twisted Navy. Grodom comes into this race 3rd in points, 100 ahead of 4th place. Taking a deep run into the corner. Now he's got a sniff of the 9 car. Contact behind him through the bus stop. 5 to go, this time by. How will the 20 gain time? Slams the inside wall, trying to cut it too tight. Hits the outside wall down the front straight, and it's mistake after mistake for Grodom in car 20. Now cuts it to the inside of the rumble strip in turn 1, scrapes the outside wall, and he is beating up that race car. The 96 of Marsh Maudo slowly reeling in Deplorable. 4 laps to go this time. 96 really in that 4. You can hear the revs climbing, the sharp shifting, going through the gears. The 19 of Lurkin Tom Gaming, will he get closer to that 96 through the bus stop? Left, right, excellent maneuvering, and now the 96 can smell the fumes off of car number 4. Here's the 20 of Crotum, sitting in the 5th position, chasing down Seth Dubb in the 9. He can see the top 3 pulling away. Such a dominating performance in the first half of the show. What will he have to show for it now? 4 at the line. Marshmallow with a little bit of a tap to the 4. Sends the 4 wide. Now the CommScope Camry, new leader with 4 laps remaining. At the top of the infield, Toyota, Ford, your top 3. Chevy, Toyota, 4th and 5th, respectively. Marshmallow leading the 19 of Lurkin Tom through the infield section. There's the 4, staying ahead of the 9. Crotum trying to follow Seth Dubb, get a draft into that bus stop. His race isn't over yet. 3 laps to go this time by. You can hear the 20 braking early to get into that bus stop section. Now looking to the inside of Seth Dubb through NASCAR 3. And he'll have him. Seth Dubb gives way. Crotum gets into the 4th position. 3 laps now remain. Crotum trying to cut it tight through the curbs. Lurkin Tom Gaming gets turned around. He hits the wall. No yellow flag, and we will still race. 96-4-9, your top 3. Toyota, Ford, Chevrolet. Crotum in the 4th spot, back behind Seth Dubb. Lurkin Tom sitting 5th with extensive damage now to the front of that Bass Pro Camry, trying to hang on for a top 5. Seth Dubb on worn tires, can't keep it together at the top of the bus stop. At the top of the infield, there's your leader, Marshmallow, and you can see he's got a 3-second gap to Deplorable Me in 4th, and all the 96 car has to do is stay mistake-free for the remainder of the race. Crotum now sitting in 3rd, chasing down Deplorable in the 4 car. We've reached the caution threshold. There will be no more yellows for the remainder of this race. 20 car really taking every inch he can on this race course. 2 to go this time. It's been a race just filled with cautions inside and out. The 20 of Crotum with an extremely fast car, but a couple of mistakes have just caused extensive damage all over this DeWalt Camry. He might have room to take down that 4 car. The white flag will be out next time by, but it's this driver here, Marshmallow in the 96 CommScope Camry, going for yet another win in Thursday Night Thunder. There you see he's got a 245-point lead over Lurkin Tom Gaming, and his already clinched TNT season championship will grow even larger. There's the 19 of Lurkin Tom. He finds himself sitting 5th right now. Barely any competition behind him. There's the 4 of Deplorable Me, who's in 2nd by quite some distance. Crotum trying to close that gap on the Ohio native, who takes it wide. Big mistake from Deplorable, coming to the white flag. There's Crotum chasing down Marshmallow into the chicane. White flag is already out. 1 lap remains at Charlotte. Mistake-free is all that Marsh needs in the 96 car. Marsh going for his 7th win in 15 starts this season. A winning percentage just shy of 50%, and this rookie has set the TNT world on fire. Just excellent skill on every which type of racetrack. The 20 car desperately chasing him down now, but Crodom now has to hope on a mistake from the 96 to get that win. A couple of mistakes that have put him in such a damaged position. Deplorable Me sitting in the 3rd spot now, some distance behind the 20, just ahead of the 19 of Lurkin Tom. Seth Dubb sitting in 5th. Marshmallow out of the bus stop. Just a few more corners remain. A thrilling, caution-filled race that will come to an exciting conclusion for the Mexican pilot, Marshmallow, getting his 7th win of the season at Charlotte. Crodom will come home in 2nd place. He will keep his 3rd place standing in the points. Deplorable Me in the 4 car finishes 3rd. There's Lurkin Tom with 4th. Seth Dubb 9 right behind him in 5th. And there's our race winner, Marshmallow, in the number 96 ComScope Camry. He gets his 7th victory this season. Fans, don't go anywhere. We're going to gather our top 3 finishers, and we're going to have post-race interviews in just a few moments. Stick around. Podium interviews when we come back. Back in victory lane for podium interviews, starting with the number 4 of Deplorable Me, the Dayton native managing to get a 3rd place finish. DP, a thrilling finish for you. You've got the bronze medal at the Charlotte Road Course today. Did you have any idea that was possible coming into today's race?
Hey, Rick, about halfway through the race when you pulled me in the broadcast booth, I told you I probably didn't have the car to win, but I really wanted a top 3. I had to fight for that top 3. I tried to stay in the lead, Rick. I was trying really hard to kind of put Marsh in situations. Once he got back to me, he wasn't having any of that. I appreciate those two, Marsh and Crodom. They are super fast, and that's a big win for Marsh at a road course. You know, Crodom likes to win all of those. So I'll take a third. I need that this year. It's been a long, hard TNT year, so a third place will do for now.
Your best finish since Atlanta 5 weeks ago. Congratulations on that bronze medal, DP.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
Now our second place finisher, it's Crotum in the number 20 DeWalt Camry. Crotum, coming into this race, a lot of drivers thought that you were going to be one of the favorites to win. It was an aggressive campaign to get that victory, but in the end, you come up a few seconds short of marching the 96.
Yeah, it was just disappointing on my end because I felt like I was there and I was fast enough to be up there. But I made mistakes, multiple mistakes, and ended up costing me, putting me back in the field, irritated, and kind of just trying to keep my cool. And didn't work out too well, as people in the chat knew. But it just disappointing. But I mean, I'll take a second after a win. I mean, that's really good for points considering Lurking messed up there and didn't get a top three. See, neither the boss. I'll be able to jump the points a little bit.
After tonight, your last four results are going to be second, first, third, and second. Not a bad previous 5 weeks for you, my friend. We'll see you next week at Talladega.
See you there.
And now the winner, driver of the number 96 CommScope Toyota with his 7th win in 15 starts. Marshmallow, it is your best finish since Phoenix 4 weeks ago. After that, you finished 4th and 3rd. You're back on top. Does this ever get old for you?
No, it's in almost some way, it's awesome. It's every race I go out and the goal is to get on a podium or to win the race, and we do just that sometimes. So I'm really happy to put it back into victory lane after last week's off week for me.
With the Thursday Night Thunder season championship clinched, certainly you're looking now towards the ARCS playoffs in 3 weeks.
Wait, what was that first part you said about clinched?
With the Thursday Night Thunder regular season championship clinched, you now are practicing for those ARCS playoffs.
Is it really clinched though? I feel like, I mean, there's still a few races left, but either way, yeah, no, I'm excited. I didn't think, I'd finish it this early. I really thought it would be towards the end of the season, but yeah, no, I'm just super excited, super elated. Yeah, and kudos to all the guys and to you for putting these races on.
Well, it's been a thrilling season so far, but we're not done yet. We'll see you in 7 days' time at Talladega. Congratulations on that gold medal tonight.
Thank you.
Fans at home, that's going to put another Thursday Night Thunder championship in the books. Be sure to catch us next Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. from the Talladega Superspeedway for round 17 of 18. Just 2 races remain in this season. Check us out on racearcs.com for more information, including schedules and how you can be a part of the Alliance Racing Championship Series. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and of course Twitch as well. For Deplorable Me, Crotum, Marshmallow, I'm Rick James. It's been my pleasure to bring you another race, another night.